Welcome back, everybody. Sure, it's a little rainy today, but soon enough we'll be enjoying that fun in the sun. Great for the soul, but a little trouble for the skin. Dr. Max Adler of Park Cities Dermatology sees the results of sun exposure just about every day. He has important advice about skin cancer, and we could be talking about you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's talk about the most common forms of skin cancer.
Well, first of all, about 1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer at some point in their lifetime. So this is important. The most common forms of skin cancer that we see will be basal cell skin cancer, BCC, and then we also see squamous cell skin cancer, and then the one we fear the most is malignant melanoma.
All right. Now, when we talk about that 1 in 5 get skin cancer, how
Correct.
prevalent is this beyond that? I mean, who really gets it is what I'm asking.
Well, most of the time it's going to be people who have light hair, light eyes, who have a lot of sun exposure, who have had sunburns in the past, and a lot of people who have been going to tanning beds are now being seen to have excess risk for skin cancer as well. If there's a family history for skin cancer, for example, basal cell skin cancer or squamous cell, especially melanoma, then those people need to be checked on a regular basis because they are at greater risk. And we are seeing more melanoma than ever before. Those rates are increasing in all age groups.
And that was my next question. So we are seeing an increase in those numbers.
Absolutely, and it's really important because about every 8 minutes in this country a person dies from melanoma.
Well, let's get some pictures. Let's see what this looks like. Let's talk
Certainly.
about these right now. We're going to put some pictures on your screen, and what are we looking at here? Because to me this just looks like a mole.
Well,
to you, what do you see?
Well, we've got sun damage on this gentleman's face, but if you look at the right side of his nose, there is a little depressed area right there, and this is very subtle. But that little depression in the skin, when we look at it with magnification, is going to have a shiny texture to it. It may or may not have bled by history, but it's a gradually expanding spot, and when you biopsy that, it turns out to be basal cell skin cancer. It doesn't have to stick up above the surface of the skin and be red and angry looking, but a lot of times if they're very polite, they do exactly that, so it's easy for us to find them.
Can you tell just by looking what kind of cancer he might have?
Well, in this particular instance, I would think mostly basal cell skin cancer because of the location and because of its appearance. But because of the darkness of it, we would have to consider the possibility that it could be melanoma.
So if we're looking at our own skin or somebody we know, we're looking for the darkness, not necessarily the shape of it.
Not necessarily the shape. No, you're looking for something that is different. We look, for example, on this particular lesion, we're looking for the A, B, C, D, E's. And A, for example, is asymmetry. B is the border, C is the color, D is the diameter. It's larger than an average mole would be. And then E stands for evolving. In other words, something that's changing. If you've got something that has been there forever, non-changing, chances are it's okay. But if you've got something that is enlarging in size, shape, let's say it's changing color, let's say it's bled, that type of thing, you need to pay attention to that.
All right, very nice. Now, how do I get checked for skin cancer?
Well, basically, I think that you make an appointment with your dermatologist, or you select a dermatologist, and you ask for a head-to-toe examination. Some people just want a waist-up exam, and the biggest problem is getting men in. And I would say that wives have to push them, sometimes even come with them. Sometimes men will even come with little spots circled that the wives are concerned about.
Like something like this, you definitely know we need to be making the call.
That is a squamous cell skin cancer.
I'm no
that's on the
doctor,
screen
but
right
I'm
now.
calling on that for
That
sure.
does not look right. I think anybody would be able to pick that up.
Dr. Adler, thank you so much for joining us. And you can always find out more about skin cancer by visiting the Park Cities Dermatology office on Douglas Avenue, right in Dallas. Call 214-692-7447 or just log on to DallasCosmeticsCenter.com.
Coming up on Monday, the stories, the struggles, and perseverance of military widows. Plus, how to spend, how to save, and how to give. Important information for teaching your children all about money. And we're going to talk with one of the most recognized individuals in the history of women's basketball. That's all Monday, but today we're coming right